it's Lauren of Sidewalk. I have a huge announcement for you guys. We're going to be coming out with merch. Finally, after 2.5 to 3 years of doing Sidewalk, I thought finally that I could do it, especially because when I first started out Sidewalk, it was just me for the first year or year and a half. And that was a lot because I was doing interviews every day, sometimes even 4 times a day. It was really insane. And merch was something that I've been wanting to do for a while now, but just didn't have the bandwidth. I didn't really even know how to reach out to like people, suppliers, like really anything to do with merch. And it just seemed like just an idea super far away. And after like Lara and Jina reached out to me, and then we have all the Sidewalk social guys, Sidewalk weekly guys, I finally thought that it was the right time to do merch and that we have this like Sidewalk family to execute this big dream. I'm going to show you guys the whole layout of everything of how we're going to do this from the beginning to the end. The beginning as in we're meeting with Grace, who's a super talented illustrator, and we're going to show you like the process of the design, the core elements of Sidewalk that we really wanted it to be in the design. We want it to be different to a lot of other merch out there and just super unique, so when you have it in your closet it really feels like it's like a big part of you. And I want that for me also. Like when I see this merch, it really encapsulates like what the story and meaning behind Sidewalk is. And then I'm going to show you the process with Jina and the final design, which is going to be exciting to show you guys what the final design is. And then also within a month or so, we're going to announce a date soon when we're going to do the event where we're going to launch this. So that's going to be our first Sidewalk event. That's going to be all in separate videos down the road, but keep on the lookout for that. Now we're going to cut to going over with Grace our original idea with Lara and just showing you the process of the whole design, so you guys can see what it actually is like working with an illustrator, and maybe you guys can learn from the process also, giving you guys the heads up on what's coming out on this channel. I was talking with the Sidewalk Social Weekly guys on really what makes Sidewalk, and I was also talking to Lara about it, and I was thinking some TV, some trees, or what else did we talk about?
Like outdoorsy stuff, since all the interviews are like on the sidewalk outside. Clouds and a bunch of plants. And then my boyfriend, who's an artist, he
so talented.
He worked with Grace
at
a studio, and he recommended her to us. So that's how we all got acquainted, and that's how she became the person who did our illustration.
Usually when I go about this process, I make my own mood board just to kind of get an idea, collect myself based around the style, and have a little bit more imagery past what you guys provided me. I know that you guys were looking at one of my like logo animations.
Fern.
Yeah, for Fern, as these lovely little plants that swing out. I've gathered all of these different references, and they have a little bit of like line art. It has some plant references. It has some, I pulled one of my friends, his Instagram handle, just gonna shout out, Cute Dirty Dog. He's amazing, and I love his art so much, but he does do a lot of like, about a year ago, he was drawing like a bunch of retro TVs, so I thought that would be a great reference because they're very line art heavy while they do have color. Usually when I start on a new project, especially when it's so open-ended like this, I like to come up with about 2 to 3 different drafts. I don't like to give too many options because I want to kind of concentrate it on what I think is going to be the strongest for you and speaks the best. So usually I go through a bunch of different thumbnails and try to figure out what layout I like the best and what might work with what you've already expressed to me. So I kind of came up with 3 different images. A woman with a stack of objects on her head, kind of the objects that you guys were talking about, the TV, some clouds, some plants. And with this one, it wasn't necessarily, the concept's kind of fun of having this woman that's holding all of this on top of her head, and then having like Sidewalk Talks on top with the logo. But I think that more than anything, it's kind of got a modern design take, and it's a little bit more surreal, abstract, like crosses into being a little more washed out with the message. It's not as direct as you guys might want, but I think that plays a little bit more in a comfortable state with having all of the same objects that you guys talk about.
Hi.
Hello.
Both at work.
I know. Recording on the
Yeah.
tables. Yeah.
So we're gonna go through this and show you each kind of sample that Grace drew us and what we thought of it and how it progressed into the last design. This first one that she sent us was like the female with like a stack of stuff on her head. I really like this because of the TV with Sidewalk and the audio waves, and then also blends with nature, so it's kind of Sidewalk with like, I mean, it's not even really tech, but just the vlogging aspect, and then also all the plants and everything.
But I thought this design was a little too like cerebral, like too symbolic, and didn't really convey like that Sidewalk is about like music and interviews and like events.
Definitely the music aspect. Yeah.
So we didn't go with that one.
Yeah.
Then I went in and literally just did one with only objects instead of having a woman in there as well. This one again is more in, I think, the comfort zone of being something that's just the objects that you guys were mentioning.
And then I think the same thing kind of applied with the second one, where she like really got the symbols and everything really well, but it still didn't convey Sidewalk.
Yeah. Or even a lot of like just EDM in general, I guess.
Yeah.
And then the final sketch that I like the most, and I thought was more of like the risk taker, but also might speak exactly to what you guys were interested in, because the thing I kept hearing throughout talking about this process was, like, we don't really know. We are interested in these things and we think it'd be good to have them in there, but like we're open to seeing where you take this. And this is where I felt like I had the one thing that I took and pushed it more almost. And my initial sketch was literally on a plane. We have this little thumbnail here that's just of all those people in a tiny box, and that's kind of what came across here in the first final sketch what we ended up choosing to go with. So yeah.
Yeah, and then we landed on the third one, which Lauren and I both really liked.
Yeah, when I saw this I was like, damn, this is like really like Sidewalk with all the people, like you feel like you're at a festival. And I like with the headphones and then like the earphones, I like that going on, but I wanted it to be more EDM because a lot of the people here don't really dress how like a lot of our like fans who watch Sidewalk dress, I feel like. And there's like a random dog.
Formal.
Yeah, it looks more formal, like people going to work or like New Yorkers or something. Yeah, so I really like this one, but I just wanted it to be more like music and EDM and like rave style.
And then also like I think we talked about like how our merch is like still going to be used for like the other platforms too, so we wanted to keep it like generally about music, like a keyboard, a microphone, headphones, like stuff that applies like just throughout like music.
Good point.
So we told Grace that we did like all the things that we just mentioned, but we wanted a person, like two people in the center, like as if we were doing a Sidewalk interview.
Yeah.
That's what led her to making this next image, which is going to appear somewhere here.
Yeah. So this one, the first thing that came to my head, I don't even know, like maybe I'm watching too much true crime, but I'm like, it looks like a gravestone. Like when it came to my head, like I couldn't unsee it. And it was just like how Sidewalk is like where the like people put like their names, right? And then us like at the below. But then after I saw that, like I just couldn't unsee it. But I liked the first one with the rectangle, and I liked how she started putting in some of the elements we talked about here with the CDJs, with the mics, the keyboard and everything, and the headphones, a lot more music, and also like the guy, he has like a beanie on, more hip kind of thing. So I like those elements.
Yeah. And then she also incorporated like some minor details too that we talked about, like adding like a selfie stick so that it would look like the two people are like vlogging. And then we also like brought up like how we liked how busy the original design was, so you can see the difference between like the one where it was like the tombstone shape versus like this one where it's like got the really busy element but like everything we brought up.
And also even the haircuts and everything are different but then with this one we realized like minor stuff like the CDJs is kind of missing, and I feel like that one we just couldn't get it wrong. Like it really has to be like a CDJ like it's like a lot of EDM, so we sent her a specific picture of a CDJ, like this is how it looks. And then also another thing about here is that it was missing the microphone on the camera, and I just felt like there was like enough space up there to put that, and it's just more reflective of like how actually the setup is. Some people don't even know how we do it.
And then that led to the last image where she like implemented everything we talked about with like the microphone and stuff, and then she also like did a little bit of like cleaning up with the line work and like some filling of like the black and the whites so that everything looked more like cohesive. And then you really liked the like antennas coming out.
Oh yeah.
Well,
yeah, so I really like the antennas just because it draws your eyes into the logo than just like a box, and then just makes it look more like a TV or just something cute, like a little creature.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and I also realized for the plant she put like the audio, the wavelength on it.
Oh yeah,
I didn't even that's the thing about these things that I love. Like the more I look into it, I was like, whoa, I didn't even realize that. That's so cute.
Yeah.
Like after we finished our merch and everything, like
I know, surprise.
Yeah. Sweet. So yeah, that's kind of like how we have this process, and then the next clip is going to be Jina picking up the merch from Hive. So we're just going to cut to that, but we're not going to show you like what it finally looks like, because the next video is going to be a surprise for you guys of how it looks like. I mean, you guys kind of like can tell by this, but it's going to be different with like wearing and everything. So yeah. Yeah.
Hey guys, Gina with Sidewalk Talk. Today I actually have no idea where I am, but I'm here to, drum roll please, pick up our first merch line at this company called HYV. So I'm walking up to their entrance now, and we'll see. We ordered a couple of things. I'm really excited. I don't think it'll be up anytime soon, or I don't think I could show you on this video, honestly. I'm not sure. But yeah, let's see. I'm so excited. Guys, this is the bag of the Sidewalk merch. This is Jimmy with HYV. Oh, he's walking away. This is their area.
All our shipping here.
So this is the shipping area?
Our office space.
Oh, so this entire side of the building is yours.
Okay, so got it. Okay, let's start. And then let's see. The other one is the alcohols.
Thank you so much
Yeah,
for letting me
right.
just.
Of course.
You have like
We also
you
have
have
a studio here.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Let me check.
Oh. Oh, whoa.
Sounds like there might be someone in there right now.
Oh, like a music studio.
Yeah, I think there's someone in there right now, but
Oh.
yeah, if you stop by any other time, I can like show you around in there as
Yeah,
well. But we also
absolutely.
have our Black Lodge here, just for the sake.
Great. Awesome. Thank you so much for letting me.
Of course. Glad you guys saw.
Sidewalk Talk samples for our first merch line. I can't wait to show you because the design is so unique, and I'm really excited to show you guys.